Hello, I'm West Carrollton Mayor Jeff Sanner. On behalf of my fellow colleagues, including Deputy Mayor Rick Barnhart, Council members Jim Bowers, Angie Fryman, Jim Folker, Pat Maris, and Jill Tomlin, I want to extend a sincere thank you to the staff, members, and volunteers who make our city a great place to live. Whether you are a new or longtime resident, I encourage any of you who are watching this annual message to consider getting more involved in our community by attending a city council meeting or special events such as the annual job fair or a neighborhood block party this year. Maybe you will be interested in volunteering for an open board or commission seat. Active civic engagement is a requirement for our thriving, successful city. It is also essential that our citizens realize that the City Council and staff have continuously strived to be dedicated, conscientious public stewards of your tax dollars. However, decisions continue to be made at the state level that significantly reduce local government revenue by approximately $1 million each year. As a result, the city is currently operating at the same levels that it was in 2007. The biggest struggle currently facing West Carrollton is the ability to continue to provide basic services such as fire and police safety, safe roads and parks, and clean water and sewer services to our residents without raising taxes. That is why in May you will see an issue on the ballot that requests a permanent renewal of the city's 0.25% income tax. West Carrollton has carefully positioned itself for future redevelopment along the Great Miami Riverway at the new Exit 47 corridor. We are hopeful that we can find the right partners to improve our landlocked city by increasing our corporate tax base and continuing to provide the basic services that our residents and business owners expect from their local government. 2016 was an exciting year in West Carrollton. I would like to start this annual report with some highlights from the city's Economic Development Office. Nuvasiv completed extensive renovations to their new West Carrollton manufacturing facility located at 705 Liberty Lane. Nuvasiv also began the hiring process and expect to be fully staffed with approximately 300 workers by the end of 2017. Johnson Machine Tooling Service recently announced plans to expand their Infirmary Road facility with an additional 6,000 square feet. 7 new jobs will be created, bringing the total workforce to 14 employees. The city assisted the company by obtaining a $100,000 EDGE grant from Montgomery County to assist with the expansion. Precision Pressed Powder Metals completed an expansion on its Manchester Avenue facility last year. With 8 employees, the company manufactures a variety of parts used in various industries, and now a facility that was empty for years is back in use. PowerPlug Incorporated hosted a grand opening at their new South Alex Road facility in October. The company chose the location based upon its close highway proximity and quick access to other companies. Plug Power's primary business is servicing hydrogen fuel cell batteries, which are used to power forklifts. The fuel cell batteries are considered an environmentally friendly technology that replaces toxic lead cell batteries and reduces greenhouse emissions. The company expects to grow to 20 employees by the end of 2017. Other development projects facilitated by the city's Planning and Building Department include a total of 35 new business occupancies and major renovations such as Pratt Industries on Quality Lane, Newbie Orthodontics on Alex Road, Deck Renewal System on Alex Bell Road, Marquis Rental and Staging on Springboro Pike, Wellness One Pharmacy, and the River Valley Credit Union expansion on South Alex Road, and the remodel of both Kentucky Fried Chicken and Pizza Hut on Central Avenue. A total of 172 permits to alter commercial industrial buildings were issued in 2016, representing a total construction cost of approximately $2.6 million. Other major initiatives by the Planning and Building Department include a rental inspection program which was approved by Council in December and begins this year. The program includes landlord registration requirements and exterior inspections every 2 years. A $50,000 grant from the Montgomery County Land Bank to hire a consultant to prepare a master plan for the area, including the former Fraser Alstrom paper mill properties, the Carrollton Center Commercial District, and the West Central Avenue corridor. Several demolition projects, including the Appian wastewater treatment plant on Hydraulic Road, the Fraser and Alstrom paper mills on Central Avenue and Elm Street, and a vacant residential structure on Short Street. Other neighborhood projects involved securing Neighborhood Initiative Program funding to acquire and demolish 7 vacant and abandoned residential structures in 2017, starting the expedited tax foreclosure process on 4 more vacant tax delinquent homes, donating 3 city-owned lots on Pease Avenue to Habitat for Humanity for future construction of new single-family owner-occupied homes, renovating a foreclosed home on 416 Greenport Drive with the assistance of a $50,000 loan from the Montgomery County Land Bank. The city, through a contractor, completed extensive renovations on the property and expects to see it resold this year. This is the city's second home renovation partnership project with the Land Bank. Code enforcement staff complemented other neighborhood stabilization efforts by proactive enforcement of property maintenance and zoning regulations, resolving 2,544 property maintenance and 641 zoning violations in 2016, all aimed at preventing negative impacts on neighborhood property values. The city service department also strives to maintain property values by completing successful high-quality water and sewer services, prompt snow and ice removal, effective household refuse removal, and top-notch engineering projects. As it does each year, the Street Maintenance Division sealed cracks and made repairs on several streets, maintained storm drainage ditches, performed quarterly large trash collections, repaired traffic control signs, operated the street sweeper, and completed the annual leaf pickup program. The Refuse Division collected approximately 4,000 tons of household debris during 2016. The recycling contractor removed nearly 350 tons of materials. In addition to normal refuse collections, crews collected bulk items, scrap metal, and tires, old paint cans, used oil, and transported appliances during the quarterly large trash pickups, provided at no extra cost to the residents. The Water and Wastewater Divisions perform daily monitoring and control of the treatment and pumping operation and immediate response to emergency situations. Last year, 15 water main breaks were promptly repaired. Water mains are flushed and fire hydrants are regularly tested to ensure proper functioning. Sanitary sewers are cleaned on a 3-year cycle to minimize stoppages. To understand the magnitude of water treatment operations in our city, here are some basic statistics. The water treatment plant produced 357 million gallons of water. The concentrate pond treated 83 million gallons of wastewater from the softening process. The wastewater treatment plant treated 391 million gallons of wastewater. These daily service department operations are always a priority. However, major infrastructure improvement projects were also an important part of 2016. These service department projects included replacement of a belt press at the wastewater treatment plant, construction of the Cedar Street lift station, construction of a 12-inch water main line replacement project on Dixie Drive, annual asphalt repaving program, and curb and sidewalk repairs. All of the city's accomplishments are only possible with the hard work of our employees. In 2016, we saw the retirement of several longtime employees, including Deputy Police Chief Robert Hensley, Service Department Maintenance Worker James Goings, Parks and Recreation Maintenance Repair Worker Troy Cooper, and City Engineer Maureen Parsons. Successful contract negotiations were also completed with the Police Sergeants Union and the Independent Employees Association last year. Both contracts contain a 1.75% wage increase and negotiated an updated vacation sick leave policy, which was extended to all non-union employees as well. During 2016, the West Carrollton Police Department responded to 8,864 calls for service and compiled 11,494 officer-initiated activities. Officers also completed more than 3,700 security and community relation checks, which involves walking into businesses and shopping areas through the neighborhoods, schools, and spending time with members of the community on a more personal level. By conducting these checks, the department is able to form connections with the various members of our residential and business communities. Forming closer community relationships was the goal behind another program that was new to the police department last year. The department, in conjunction with the Parks and Rec, hosted 2 junior detective programs. The program provides the opportunity for children between the ages of 8 and 12 to learn what it's like to be a detective. The children worked as crime scene analysts to process a staged crime scene by dusting for fingerprints and using fingerprint tape. National Night Out, held on the first Tuesday each August at Wilson Pool, continues to be another successful community relations program. The event includes games for children, as well as food and other crime prevention activities and vehicle demonstrations by the West Carrollton Fire Department. The Fire Department remains committed to providing the community with excellent and compassionate emergency service. The department answered 2,318 emergency calls in 2016, which is a 3% increase over 2015 and a 9% increase over 2014 statistics. While responding to more emergency calls for help than ever before, the majority of the staff of 35 uniformed firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics are part-time, complemented by only 7 full-time career personnel. The fire department continually evaluates its operations to increase efficiency and find ways to save money. In December, the department received a $35,000 Bureau of Workers' Compensation grant to purchase a hydraulic lift for the medic cot. Mike Long joined the department as a part-time fire inspector last year. He, along with other firefighters, completed 209 fire safety inspections last year. The fire department conducted other fire safety and education programs in the schools and community throughout the year. Each year, the fire staff also establishes a back-to-school zone near the elementary schools to remind drivers that schools are back in session. The fire department also participated in school district's first annual chili cook-off competition in February and won the first place trophy. In October, the fire department hosted a fire safety at home contest in conjunction with the library and schools. 3 contest winners received breakfast with firefighters and a ride to school in a fire engine. The city's Parks and Recreation Department, with help from other groups in the community, hosted several popular community events in 2016, including Community Pride Day, movie nights at Wilson Pool, the Doggy Dive, a family campout, the father-daughter dance, Monster Mash, Sniff a Treat, Rake Rally, 3 high school swim nights, the Gingerbread House decorating contest, and the Holiday Festival. The Buttercream Festival and Hot Air Balloon Glow, hosted by the West Carrollton Merchants Association in September, was another community event that brought thousands of visitors to the city. Last April, the Parks Department hosted the 2016 Ohio Southwest Tree City Awards banquet, hosting representatives from more than 30 communities in the region. The city received its 27th consecutive Tree City Award, which requires replacing dozens of trees on public property and planting new trees in the residential tree planting program. The Parks Department also continued the extensive project to remove hundreds of ash trees infected with the emerald ash borer. The city was grateful for the assistance of 2 Eagle Scout projects that were completed in 2016, which included the painting of the concession stand and play equipment at Harmon Park and the creation of a natural playground at Wilson Park. 6 residents harvested a plot in the city's community garden located next to the senior center. That senior center facility is a popular location for parties, showers, and reunions, hosting 61 reservations in 2016. The park staff also made 180 park shelter reservations during the year. A few additional Parks and Rec stats for the year. More than 300 dogs were in attendance at the 2016 Doggy Dive held at Wilson Pool. But before that, the pool saw more than 20,000 human visitors during the 2016 summer season. The city aims to keep its residents informed about all aspects of city business through many different sources, including this annual report, regular news releases, quarterly city newsletters, the website westcarrollton.org, as well as other social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter. The city also posts announcements on the Gateway sign on Dixie Avenue and the Key Ads billboard on Interstate 75. Hopefully, you've also had the chance to watch at least one of the weekly Focus talk shows that aired in 2016 on this MVCC channel that highlighted local citizens and businesses, as well as school and community events. In conclusion, the city staff of dedicated and well-trained public servants are excited to work together to move West Carrollton forward in 2017. We hope that our residents will stay involved and active in our community. Thanks for watching this year's annual report.